Stages, ESPN 93.5, and Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Welcome back, Mr. Cotter. This is Don't Hassle So Local here on ESPN 93.5. We are in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Done Right Satellite and Dish. Back to the same and with me, my guys who never leave the studio. I think they just live here. Jaybird and the Stat Cat Surge. This is your been sick for 3 or 4 days, T-Roy, in the house.
I thought that was a recording.
Oh, no, that's just me.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, how you doing?
Welcome back.
Believe it or not, 'cause we got him on the spot.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yo, Mr. Cotter.
Hey, Mr. Cocktail, up your nose with a rubber hose.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
Nope. Nope. Hey, welcome back, T-Roy.
Oh, it feels good to be back, boys. Man,
I'm glad you're feeling well.
It was
You're
touch
on
and
2
go
feet.
there for a while, man. Touch and go, man. That was a nasty thing. I'll tell you what. This strain of strep throat that they say is going around is pretty nasty. So I don't wish it upon anybody. That's why I stayed far away from you, gentlemen. And,
Looking out.
Yeah, man.
Looking out, kid.
Had 105 temperature there, Quad Cities. Tell you what, that's not fun. Not fun at all.
How do you know you had 105 temperature?
We have this really up to date temperature taker thing.
I don't know. I can't remember last time I took my temperature.
Oh, we got one of those like the doctors have. You just stick it in your ear, press the button, and it beep. Instantaneous. It's easier for the baby.
Better in your ear than anywhere else.
Yeah, Jay, you don't like it. If the rectal thermometer, not comfortable, man.
I don't remember because I haven't had that happen since I was a baby.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. I'm sure it's not good.
I'm sure. Okay. You sounded pretty confident that it wasn't good.
It's not good. The rectal thermometer sucks.
Well, 105, and you're still alive.
Yeah, man. Jeez, I was like hallucinating in my sleep and all kinds of weird stuff.
Well, we haven't been able to do we haven't been able to see how we did on our Fantastic Four picks because it's scribbled in your notes somewhere.
Yeah,
we haven't got to do guess the lines because you've been gone.
It'd be cool if I could find those.
We haven't. Yeah, well, we'll figure that out.
I think
then.
I got them right here.
Okay,
maybe
we haven't got to hear your thoughts on the Oscars.
No, God, man, do you want me to get right in on that?
Sure.
All right. First of all, and I'm sure there's tons of Hollywood actors and actresses out there listening to us on this show. If not, you should be.
Yes.
But okay, guys, let me break this down to you. And not to say that what you do is not appreciated by the masses, because obviously it is. Everybody goes to the movie theater to spend their money to see your movies. And I'm not trying to downplay what you do as in saying that anybody in the world can do it. Not anybody in the world can do it. But when you get on TV and you try to tell me that it's hard damn work, brother,
hard work.
You have no clue what hard work is.
Whoa.
You've never worked in the middle of a tire factory, retreading tires in the middle of summer with no air conditioning. You've never stacked semi-tires 10 high. You've never probably done dishes at a restaurant during a busy shift in the middle of summertime in the 80s when air conditioning was sparse, to say the least. You're lucky to have it in your home if you're a kid. I don't want to hear actors and actresses tell me how hard their work is. And by the way, I don't want to hear about your identity politics. Every character you play doesn't have to be identity politic. Yes, we can watch you and enjoy the character you play. I was so proud of the dude that won for Bohemian Rhapsody. Came out right away and he made it an identity thing. No, dude, we love Freddie Mercury because of Freddie Mercury. Period. Not because Freddie was gay. Not because anything else. Freddie was a great singer and performer.
Wait. Freddie Mercury was gay?
Yeah, and good for him.
All right.
Had nothing to do with it. We loved Freddie because he was Freddie. Period. Bohemian, I wished had won. The movie that did won, I know everybody said it was quite the upset. That movie looks like it's really interesting. I want to see that movie. I'm glad the foreign language one didn't win, that our expert, so-called expert, called in here and said. So
It was the heavy favorite, and it won.
tons of superhero
The
movies.
director won.
Tons of superhero movies got Academy Awards. Finally. But not one of you identity politics ding-dongs. Jay, not a single one of them gave credit to the man that created all of it, Stan Lee.
That's actually very true.
What is wrong with them people? The GD guy died this year.
Well, he was in memoriam.
Oh, was he? It'd be nice if one of them remembered he's the guy that created Black Panther. Just saying. Ungodly. So Hollywood, all I can say to you is, I got a hairy white behind.
Yeah.
And all of you can line up and pucker and kiss it as I'm standing behind the wall, or the barricade wall, because I can't get to you because I'm a pissant civilian.
You just show me where to sign.
Because, we can't have walls, can we, Hollywood, unless it's to keep people from touching you morons. And I wouldn't want to touch any one of your old scurvballs.
That was Hollywood Corner with T-Roy.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
There you go. Good Lord. And did you see Chris Evans helps a lady up the stairs? And then all of a sudden he's in trouble?
DJ Bumper.
That's T-Roy's Oscar review.
I'm sweating. I got the cold sweats again.
I did see Captain America help
he's
him up.
out.
What, can you tell me what the deal was with that?
Oh, they're trying to say that he shouldn't have been helping her up the stairs because women should be able to do things on their own. Chris Evans is one of the farthest left-leaning actors there is.
I'm going to pull that up when I get in trouble the next time I don't pull out a seat for the wife.
Yeah, it's like,
look, check, hey.
The guy was being polite, man. Like, she had a long dress on, and it's like...
He didn't call her King Kong.
A lot of things have happened since
He's
I've
trying
been...
to help her up some stairs. Heaven forbid anybody compliment anybody.
I mean, sorry, so we got that I haven't talked about, which, okay.
Yeah.
Our coach is suspended now for
2 games.
chasing a guy down the hallway.
Ain't my coach.
Well, all right. Well, our Hawkeye coach. How about that? Listen, guys, I don't know what you said about it yesterday, but yeah, Fran, come on. He knows better than that. It's kind of like the scene from Pulp Fiction.
Just like that.
When he's talking about the dude that rubbed the dude's feet. He knew better. Marcellus knew better. Yeah, that's why your Rocky Horror Picture got thrown out the window. So, yeah, he deserves his 2-game suspension.
Talk to me about foot rubs. I'm the foot master.
Would you give me a foot massage?
I don't tickle or nothing.
So how was your trip down to Florida? Where'd you really go?
Speaking of Florida and Jupiter, where they're playing golf.
Yeah, so apparently. Dude. So I tweeted about this, huh?
All right.
So he paid for a threesome.
Yeah.
Or, well, either that or it was just 2 ladies rubbing him at once, guys, which he's going to claim.
That's what it was.
Yeah, he's claiming that he got one of them or was rubbing his top side and the other one was rubbing his bottom side.
Yeah. Thanks for painting that visual. But yes.
Which?
He's claiming that was the threesome. He paid him each $100 and then tipped him after that. So, but if you don't think this doesn't affect the Quad Cities,
Surge,
you would be dead wrong.
Okay.
Oh, you don't?
Enlighten me.
Listen to this.
In a meeting last night in Moline.
Are
City leaders.
Are they cracking down?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I bet they are.
They're going to fight
Is that
human
why the one's
sex
still open
trafficking.
across the street from my bar?
This is Moline. This
Surge.
is Moline. Davenport's thinking about this too.
They're thinking about it.
Moline City members on Tuesday advanced a resolution during a committee of the whole meeting that will require massage businesses to comply with the Massage Establishment Code, which means, obviously, they have to.
Do you know why
pay
Davenport's
for a
thinking
license.
about it, Jay?
Huh.
They're thinking how much money. They're thinking how they can make money off of it.
Well,
That's what Davenport's
shouldn't
doing.
this already be a thing?
It's already corrupt enough.
If
down
you're
there.
like a massage therapist, shouldn't you already have to have a license or whatever? I know you have to go.
Yes.
Yes. According to the Illinois Massage Licensing Act of 2014, massage therapists must complete a minimum of 600 hours in a supervised classroom and supervised hand-on instructions. All right.
Hand on.
Yeah. So
hands on, hands off.
Okay.
Hands on, hands off.
This is like a no-brainer, right? It's going to charge $50 per establishment annually. And what this does is, because they're licensed and they have this now.
Now, there's a difference between a massage therapist,
yes,
and a rub and a tug.
100%.
It's the
I mean,
same as...
one, you're almost doing it like a chiropractic office or a physical therapy office.
Right.
The other one you're walking in,
You mean you
and
gotta
there's
have
a
license-
velvet curtain
You got to have licenses and
beads.
pay fees? Get the heck out of here.
and a lava lamp, and they're burning incense,
So
and people can barely speak English.
yeah, what they're saying
Step into
is
the tranquility
what they're saying is
room.
this will crack down on human trafficking, which this is a no-brainer. This should already be happening. But
Right.
like cops can't go into these places without like a warrant. But now if they're licensed, they can walk in anytime they want to.
Or an appointment.
Yeah, that's true too. This is, but to me, this is like I'm glad Moline. Obviously, Robert Kraft brings this up, and people say, well, we have to have some type of law about this. But this is a no-brainer that should have been done a while ago.
Now, have they come out with any other names than Robert Kraft?
No.
No.
They say there's a list of names, but Tiger is not on the list from what I've read and heard. Tiger's not on the list.
Well, he got smart.
But there's a lot of golfers that live in that area. That part I know.
Oh, interesting. I'll tell you. Oh, by the way, my wife's favorite from the Oscars.
Yes.
Did you see the conductor during like the middle of the thing? His name was Gustavo. He had the wonderful hair. It was beautiful, Jay. I tell you, he sticks up. It's messy,
Okay.
and he has a little stick.
That was she.
She liked Gustavo.
I liked the acceptance speeches for the ones that never usually get on camera because they usually cut them out, and so they don't really know how to. They're not used to getting up on stage and talking, and so their speeches were all over the place. It was kind of fun.
Small camera.
But anyway, so no, we do have some other things to talk about. We've got the girls' game today. North Scott's playing. Since you were gone, Bettendorf lost in Sub-State.
Yeah, I
North
saw
Scott
that.
won. Yeah, there's other things.
Great
We have-
season, but that sucks, man.
well, it's good to have you come back and come out firing, T-Roy.
Well, you got to, Jay. There's just a bunch of ridiculous things going on in the world. I mean, come on.
Want to remind everybody at 1 o'clock, Jeff Pearlman, author of Football for a Buck, the rise and fall of the USFL, and also the guy who wrote the Business Wars podcast, which I encourage you to listen to if you listen to podcasts. Each episode's only about 25 minutes long, and it's really good. And I think I guess it would be the book summed up. But we're going to talk to him at 1 o'clock, and 1:30, Adam Ross is going to call us from the NFL Combine. But we have Lions to talk about. I do want to talk about the Combine. Do you know you can gamble on the Combine? There's prop bets.
That's beautiful.
It's an interesting world we live in. But, yeah, let's take a quick break, come back, we'll talk about some more of that stuff.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, good
Let's just say, like, I didn't have a doctor. Let's say I didn't have the doctor and I was really sick.
Okay.
What should I do?
Yeah. What should you do?
Yeah.
You need to find someone?
Yeah, what if I need to find a doctor? What should I do?
Well, instead of just saying what's your favorite doctor in the Quad Cities and go on social media, you should just pick up your phone and go online and look up Locals Love Us, go into Quad Cities, and just search.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Family
I hear.
doctors, yes.
You click on the Quad Cities, you browse your favorites, and they have all the favorite ones listed for you. Or you can grab their handy-dandy guide and go through the table of contents. It's easy to navigate to help you find what you're looking for. So check it out. Chopper, hope you're not sick. Hope you're doing good out there. He's our little buddy from Locals Love Us, our guide to the best.
I give a rat's ass about Twitter.
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
Do it again, a little more heart.
The road to the NCAA Division III Final Four begins at the Carver Center. The Augustana men's basketball team hosts NCAA first and second round action this Friday and Saturday. Friday at 5, it's Capital against UW Platteville. The Vikings then host Aurora at 7 o'clock. The winners play Saturday night at 7. Show your support for the Vikings. Tickets for Friday on sale at 3:30 and 5:30 on Saturday. For more game information, visit augustana.edu. Augustana College, a family-friendly front row seat to big-time small college sports.
In a world where dreams are built from the ground up, Tailored Living makes room for your vision. Imagine his and her walk-in closet in the master bedroom.
Oh, my dream come true. I could just kiss you. Mwah!
Sweet. Your home, your dream.
Tailored Living Custom Closet or Organization System will take you from clutter and chaos to control. Hi, I'm Amy. Schedule your free in-home consultation at tailoredliving.com, and together you and I will build the closet of your dreams.
Dynamic Power Racing Technology is a one-stop shop for all your street and racing needs. Better handling routine maintenance or more power, Dynamic Power offers a complete in-house machine shop with computerized balancing, dyno testing, and cylinder head repair. From full engine rebuilds to brand name parts, at Dynamic Power, we work with you to give you the best build for your budget. Track tested, customer approved. Dynamic Power in Moline. Call 762-2323. That's 762-2323.
ESPN 93.5 is KJOC Bettendorf Quad Cities from the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studio.
That's right. We're back in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Done Right Satellite and Dish. This is Don't Hassle So Local here on ESPN 93.5.
I want to tell you guys about a little bags tournament going on out in DeWitt. All
Where
right.
at, Bird?
It's going to be at Murphy's Pub. And Murphy's Pub and Bickering Brothers Brewery are presenting bags tournament for the Sabretooth and Central
Brothers Brewery.
Thank you. For the Sabretooth and Central Wrestling, it's a bags tournament. So here's the details.
Panthers?
Yes. Wrestling. So spend the spring days participating in the Sabretooth and Central DeWitt Wrestling Bags Tournament to become the number one bags team around. Top 3 teams will be awarded $150, $100, and $50 prize winning. Also, be sure to get in their 50-50 raffles that they'll have going on there. And then after competing in the tournament, enjoy an evening with your friends at Murphy's Pub, home of the best craft brews in the area. So that's this weekend in Central DeWitt. If you want to, get out and about, throw some bags, here you can do it. That's going to start at it's going to start early, 11 a.m. So I'm sure that's sign up and everything else. You can go to their Facebook page, and we'll share that later on our Facebook page as well for details. The NFL Combine. We're going to talk to Rosso later. Apparently, the big news is Kyler Murray. He measured in at 5'10" and 1/8 inches. So, much like
what was it?
5'10" and 1/8.
Huh.
Still the shortest quarterback ever.
I crap bigger than that.
But it's like Pat Anger says, his neck got long.
Right.
Yeah. So he got some spaces in the spine. So
doesn't matter.
What? But I told you there's prop bets out there, and the fastest 40-yard you can bet on on mybookie.com, and obviously you guys know you can go to mybookie.com and use our hassle code QC Hassle to get sign up bonuses and whatnot. We'll talk about that later during the hassle streak. On mybookie, you can bet on the fastest 40-yard dash time. Will it be under 4:22?
No. It's the fastest ever.
Yeah, it's plus 325.
Usain Bolt.
Yeah. To take the over, you got to put up 550. Fastest 60-yard
Has
shuttle.
someone drafted him, by the way, to get the rights to him? Never?
Mm-mm. Fastest 60-yard shuttle player, it's 10.71. Highest vertical jump by any player, 43.5. That's pretty. They're both at minus 120.
I think Marvin can do that one.
Highest. Yeah, same one. Longest broad jump by any player. Most bench presses by any player over 40 is minus 130. Under is minus 110. Some interesting.
McKinnon had a few years back. McKinnon had a really impressive bench press. That was awesome watching him do his.
The Rich Eisen 40-yard dash time is set at 6 flat. Under is minus 125. Nick Bosa, his score on the Wonderlic test. Do you guys know what the Wonderlic test is? Obviously,
yeah. It's usually a test for quarterbacks, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's not.
But I guess not.
Yes, they just usually give their scores. He's at over under 31.5.
Was that low or high?
10 is illiterate. So let me tell you, I can give you.
Who got 10s? Didn't a quarterback get a 10?
Here's some people that are around 31.5. That 32. Okay. Johnny Manziel scored at 32. Matt Ryan scored at 32. Sage Rosenfels from Maquoketa, Iowa scored at 32. Just give you some other ones. J.J. Watt scored at 31. Terrell Suggs scored at 31. Matt Schaub scored at 31. Cliff Kingsbury scored at 31. You want to see it the lowest?
Yeah.
All right. Whoa, there's people that are really low. Sorry. 10 is illiterate. See any game? I'll see if I can come up with any. C.J. Spiller scored a 10. Jeff George scored a 10. Let's see anyone below that comes up to mine. Chris Leak scored an 8. Terrell Pryor scored a 7. Vince Young scored a 6. Frank Gore scored a 6. The lowest ever is Darren Davis. Is that Troy Davis's brother? I think it was. I wonder what Troy Davis scored. Leonard Fournette scored at 11. Cordarrelle Patterson scored 11. Keyshawn Johnson scored at 11. Todd Gurley scored at 12. 10 is considered illiterate. Brad Banks, former quarterback of Iowa, scored at 13. Ray Lewis at 13. Yeah.
So it really doesn't add up to anything.
No, the other ones that I think the fastest 40-yard time, there is a
is it Dion?
No, the fastest for a quarterback that's ever been recorded, I believe, is a 4.69. So they have Dwayne Haskins at a 4.71. Or no, I think it's a 4.6 flat is the fastest ever scored by a quarterback. I know they got Will Greer out of West Virginia at over-under at 4.69. So take the over there. But I'm excited to see what Ross was going to say about what's going on in the at the combine.
Starts today, is that right?
Yeah, Montgomery is supposed to be mic'd up and do interviews from like 1 to 1:20. So if it doesn't run long, we'll have him. But like I said, we'll have the other guy up before that. So yeah, do you have the results from our Fantastic Four from Friday?
I think I do. I'm trying to think where.
No, it's
this
all right.
has to be it right here. So yeah, this is it. All right.
The Fantastic Four from Friday, right?
All right. Yeah. I think I got it.
Week 3. So what did we do?
Okay, yeah. Let me make sure. Yeah. I got it.
All right.
So everybody was all over Serge's Arizona Hot Shots. And they lost. So we all lost that one.
All right.
Okay. Memphis Orlando had a shootout.
Orlando won that one.
But Orlando won, and they did cover the spread, right? Yes, they did. They did not.
No, they only won by 4.
So we all lost that one.
Yeah.
Birmingham, Atlanta, we all took Birmingham.
That's right.
And they won. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong over-under.
And then we took San Diego.
And we all got that right.
Okay.
We all got Birmingham right, and we all took San Diego. No. I took San Diego.
You did.
You guys took San Antonio.
I did not.
You sure?
If I did, that doesn't really sound like I'd take a. Maybe I did.
I thought you took San Antonio. Serge took San Diego with me.
All right. Yeah, I think I did. Now that looking back on it, that was a dumb pick.
Sandog won. They got the best running back in the league. So Jay, you were 1-3. Serge and I were 2-2.
What do I know? That's terrible.
Well, I mean, the week prior you were 2-2 and we were 1-3. So.
Oh well, I'm going to come back this week then. Do you have lines for this going on?
For this week?
Yeah,
of course I do. I got lines, I got spreads, I got predictions. What do you want, buddy?
Well, let's just go ahead and do it. What about let's do week 4. Let's guess the lines.
All right, what's the game? First game.
San Diego Fleet at Memphis Express. This will be on Bleacher Report live. You can stream it at the Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium. San Diego Fleet at Memphis Express. San Diego Fleet is 2-1. The Memphis Express is 0-3. Oh boy. And Memphis Express has quarterback issue problems. That's the other thing.
Yeah, it's Mettenberg starting now.
What about
Hackenberg
this?
Got benched.
Do you think? And I'm going to talk to Jeff Perlman about this. Can you do me a favor, Serge?
Sure.
And I should look this up. Can you look up what Johnny Manziel was making for salary in the Canadian Football League?
He got banned? Is that right?
Because he's
banned from the CFL.
What did he do?
I think he's sniffing around the alliance.
The cocaine?
And that's what he can't do. No.
Trying to move up to a developmental league.
I say he should be on the steam wheels. Will you look up what he made? Because I want to see that. It'd be interesting if he was making more than what the league makes there. But the Memphis Express does have quarterback problems, but they're at home.
They've been at home before.
Yeah, okay.
San Diego Fleet are rolling too. Love it. I love San Diego -6.
No way.
Yeah, what? What you got?
I'm going as a pick'em.
Wow.
I want to give it to the Express, but I can't. But
Serge,
I can't.
What do you got?
T-Roy, welcome back.
What?
Yeah. -6 on the dot.
Wow. I'd take that all day. No, come on. They played Orlando. You're taking the points there.
All right, what's the over/under? What do you got, Jay?
They've lost by a total of. Memphis Express has lost by a total. Outside of the first week, they lost 26-0. Then they lost 20-18 to Arizona Hotshots at home, and then they just lost by 4 to Orlando on the road.
The Fleet's starting to get their quarterbacks going, man. I'm telling you, I love it.
We'll come back to the over/under after we go through these.
Okay, you just want to pick the spread and then come back to over/unders. Okay.
Saturday night game on the NFL Network. Orlando Apollos at Salt Lake Stallions. This is going to be so far the furthest that Orlando has traveled.
Well, Jay, Salt Lake's the upset machine at home.
That does not mean that they're going to be.
Well, I'll tell you what, they beat who I think is probably a better team last week at home. On the Hotshots. I think Salt Lake's going to be favored here, and I think rightfully so.
You're nuts.
You're disrespecting the ball coach and future MVP, Garrett Gilbert.
You don't think they're going to be favored?
I'm going
against the undefeated Apollos.
Yeah, you're probably right.
With the number 1 in the power rankings.
All right, I'll just give Orlando -2.
Not trying to sway your vote, buddy. I mean, you could be right. What do I know?
I'll say -3.5 Orlando.
Mine is -4.5.
You guys are going to tie on that one. It's -4.
Woo!
All right.
Good thing we talked T-Ray into a tie.
Yeah, thanks a lot. On Sunday.
Hey, you guys want to do the over-under on these?
We'll come back.
You're coming back?
Yeah, we're going to circle back.
Okay, gotcha.
On Sunday, San Antonio Commanders, sitting at 1-2, travel to the undefeated Birmingham Iron. This game will be on the CBS Sports Network. 3 o'clock on Sunday. San Antonio Commanders, Birmingham Iron.
Birmingham's undefeated as well, correct?
Yes.
San Antonio's not a bad team, but yeah. I like the Iron by 4.5 here.
I'm like the Iron by 6.
Jaybird's going to take this one. It's Iron -7.
Ooh.
-7 at home. They're giving a lot of love to Birmingham being 3-0.
The 7 thing is kind of weird because considering that there's no extra points.
Well, so is a half point, Jay.
Yeah, but that makes more sense than a 7. I mean, just all right. I guess so. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, the scoring's off the wall.
Democrats.
On Sunday night on the NFL Network, the Atlanta Legends 0-3, another team that would like to have Johnny Manziel.
Where they
go to Arizona, the Hotshots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one's going to be...
The Hotshots are mad
as heck.
And they're going to take it out on these dudes. Hotshots -12.
Yeah. I'm going to go Hotshots -10.
T-Ray's going to take this one. It's -13.5.
That's a lot. Julio Jones scored 15 on the Wonderlic.
Who did?
Julio Jones.
God, we should take the Wonderlic, boys.
Hey, you know what? I was thinking about that.
How do we get someone to come in here and apply it to us? Should we teach Marvin how to administer a Wonderlic test?
What do you think you'd score? What do you think you'd score on a Wonderlic?
I don't know. I have no idea what it's about even. Like, what are the questions like? I mean, they have to be just like some.
On commercial break, I'll Google it real fast.
Okay.
All right. We'll do that. Let's do the over-unders and come back, and then I'll look up some Wonderlic sample questions and figure out where we should fall in the Wonderlic.
Do you want to go to break now?
No, I want to do the over-unders.
All right. Over-under. Then over-under on San Diego, Memphis, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
It's not going to be a high-scoring game.
Okay.
I like 39.
Well, I disagree with you. I like 45.
Jay gets this one. It's 41.5.
All right.
That's still kind of high scoring for them.
Orlando Apollos at the Salt Lake Stallions.
Well, this will be high scoring. I'm going to take 49.
I'll take 46.
Jay Bird gets this one. It's 43.5.
Dang.
Wow.
Maybe it's going to affect them. You know, they're practicing up in Georgia.
What's
in
that?
the mountains in Georgia, Orlando Apollos, to get used to the elevation.
Drinking Ram's piss.
Yeah.
Randy the Ram.
San Antonio Commanders at the Birmingham Iron.
Well, if all these other games are this low, I'll say 41.5.
I'll say 44.
T-Roy on the board, 39.5.
Mm-hmm. And the Atlanta Legends at the Arizona Hotshots. Is Michael Vick on the hot seat for the offensive coordinator job?
43.5.
Okay. I'm going under that. I'll go 40.
T-Roy gets this one by half a point. It's 42. So the lowest point spread was San Antonio at Birmingham, 39.5. And I think you guys are right with San Diego at Memphis. It's going to be a lower scoring game.
Are we going to pick them now, too?
No, we'll save that for tomorrow, unless you're sick.
God, I hope not, dude. I'm tired of this.
Pork chop's coming in tomorrow from the Steamwells.
Pork chop!
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break and see what we can come up with at Wonderlic while we're gone. Jesus.
What?
Nothing. Just read
read
the thing.
Front Street Brewery, the oldest brew pub in the state of Iowa, is nestled beautifully along the bank of the mighty Mississippi. It's served the fine community of Davenport since 1992, and they have a lot of great beers on tap, guys, such as the Davenport Gold, a satisfying American ale, the Wise Guy, their take on an instantly recognizable German wheat, the Raging River, an English-inspired American IPA. You can also check out the Facebook page for food and drink specials or visit the webpage at www.frontstreetbrew.com. We are calling all bars and restaurants to get a hold of your local distributor and put some of that Front Street beer on your tap lines or in your coolers today. That's Front Street Brewery, 208 East River Drive, or the tap room in the Freight House Complex.
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
Hey, it's T-Roy from Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We've got your chance to win tickets to see two-time Grammy-nominated blues rock guitarist Joe Bonamassa, Thursday, March 7th at the Adler Theater. You can win your pair every day while we talk sports on Don't Hassle Us, We're Local between noon and 2. You can also register to win a pair by entering on the ESPN 93.5 app. Don't miss the Guitar Rock Fan of the Year, Joe Bonamassa, at the Adler Theater Thursday, March 7th. Tickets now on sale through Ticketmaster or the Adler Theater box office. Listen to win from Don't Hassle Us, We're Local and ESPN 93.5.
Our refund is on the way. Time to get rid of this ugly siding.
I already called Outland Construction.
You mean Outland Buildworks?
They did so many home renovations last year, they changed their name to Outland Construction.
Can they renovate the kitchen?
Outland Construction does that.
The bathroom?
Outland Construction does that too. Wait a minute, I thought we were talking about siding. How big is this tax refund? Where are you going?
I'm calling Dave at Outland Construction.
Find Outland Construction on Facebook and message Dave to schedule your spring renovation projects today.
ESPN 93.5 wants you to be an insider. Access great contests and giveaways and be in the know at ESPN935.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged, and ESPN Quad Cities. From local to global, ESPN 93.5 has you covered with your Quad Cities sports talk show. It's Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Talk sports with your favorite foursome, T-Roy, Jay Bird, Serge, and you. Weekdays from noon to 2 on ESPN 93.5.
Dynamic Power Racing Technology is a one-stop shop for all your street and racing needs. Better handling, routine maintenance, or more power, Dynamic Power offers a complete in-house machine shop with computerized balancing, dyno testing, and cylinder head repair. From full engine rebuilds to brand name parts, at Dynamic Power, we work with you you to give you the best build for your budget. Track tested, customer approved. Dynamic Power in Moline. Call 762-2323. That's 762-2323.
In a world where dreams are built from the ground up, Tailored Living makes room for your vision. Imagine his and her walk-in closet in the master bedroom.
Oh, my dream come true. I could just kiss you. Mwah!
Sweet. Your home, your dream.
Tailored Living Custom Closet or Organization System will take you from clutter and chaos to control. Hi, I'm Amy. Schedule your free in-home consultation at tailoredliving.com, and together you and I will build the closet of your dreams.
Attention Quad Cities. This is an event you are not going to want to miss. On Sunday, March 3rd, after 11 years, the rivalry returns. John Deere presents the Iowa Barnstormers versus your Quad City Steamwheelers. Experience the high-flying excitement of professional indoor football. Tickets start at only $10, and $2 of every ticket sold will benefit the Riverbend Food Bank. That's Sunday, March 3rd at 3 p.m. The Steamwheelers versus the Barnstormers. Call the Tax Slayer box office or visit SteamwheelerTickets.com to get your ticket today.
ESPN 93.5 is KJOC Bettendorf Quad Cities from the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studio.
All right, we are back in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, or Local here on ESPN 93.5. Jay's been vigorously looking up things on the Wonderlook test, and apparently I'm going to take a portion of it.
Yeah, I found it. You can do the Wonderlic test, just like a portion of it or whatever else.
Do I have to warm up?
Well, the tips that they say for a quick tip for
first-time
test takers
dash outside real quick.
No, I don't want a heart attack.
And you're not going to answer all the questions. We just have a sample one, but it's.
Can I do a hallway dash?
Yes.
All right.
It's usually what it is. It's 50 questions to answer in 12 minutes.
Okay.
All right, and it says, if you're I guess you're just supposed to answer on the fly. But you're going to take the ones we do is just sample, and it's less than 12 minutes, so we're not going to do that. The average score for the Wonderlic is 20.
Okay.
A person who scores an average of 10 and above is considered illiterate, and therefore seen by most employers as suitable for less demanding professions. Let's take a look at some other. I don't know why it didn't print up.
All right. So what? Give me an example.
All right. So systems analyst would be like about a 32. A chemist 31. Electrical engineers around a 30. Engineers 29.
What's the highest possible score?
28.
What's a
50?
Bartender?
Teacher is 28. 50, I believe. 50, I guess. I mean, the highest is. I mean,
what's
50
a Democrat?
Oh boy.
7.
2.
Bank teller's 22. Yeah. So.
Well, who's this Wonderlic guy anyway?
High score. Is that bad? Did I break it?
What do you mean?
Yeah. What's the highest possible?
I think is it? Oh, it's 50. The highest. The perfect is 50.
Okay.
So it is 50
Something
questions
to
in
strive
12
for.
minutes. So, but what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you take a quick Wonderlic test.
Okay.
15 questions in 3 minutes and 36 seconds.
Why that?
I didn't build the website.
I'm asking you.
I know. It says test your cognitive ability by taking this free sample Wonderlic test, an intelligence test that evaluates a person's ability to process information and problem solve.
All right.
But
do you want to do it?
why
You don't
that's
have to do it.
3 minutes and 36 seconds?
Yes.
All right.
Seems like a strange time.
All right. I got how many questions? 12?
Well, 15, 30, 45 out of 50, it's, roughly over. Okay.
We're just breaking it down.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got?
You ready?
I guess.
You sound so excited.
I have no idea what to expect.
Question 1. What is the missing number in the series? 1, 16, 81, blank, 625, 1,296. Do you want to write this down?
All right. What? 1?
Okay, 1. What is the missing number in the series? 1, 16, 81, blank, 625, 1,296.
Can I use a calculator? Let me I'm not drawing a correlation. That's
Yeah,
15
I don't know
apart. I don't know. I don't know where you got 1 to 16 from.
Yeah.
So I can't see where that. The only way to get 1 to 16 is 16 times itself times 1. But 16 times, I don't think 16 times anything gets to 81.
We're wasting time here.
Can I pass?
Give me a number.
I'll just give you a number.
Yeah.
Just let me guess.
That's a lot of time.
We'll say 272. Go.
Okay. All right. Next one. Choose the sentence that most closely resembles the meaning of the proverb, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Choose a sentence that most closely resembles the meaning of the proverb, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Committing 2 wrong acts is twice as bad as 1. You can't be right by being wrong. Seeking revenge only makes things worse. 2 rights don't make a wrong. Choose a sentence that most closely resembles the meaning of the proverb, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
The seeking revenge one.
Seeking revenge only makes things worse. Yeah. All right. Question 3. Which of these numbers is not like the others? 7, 8, 10, 22, 24. Which of these numbers is not like the others?
7.
Yeah, that's good.
Good job.
Divide 50 in half.
25.
Add 15.
40.
Multiply by 10.
400.
Subtract 25.
375.
What is it? Okay. Oh, costing me time here.
What costing me time?
Okay. Charlie has 4 pairs of shoes, 12 shirts, 5 pairs of pants, and 3 watches.
Jesus.
How many days could he go without wearing the same combination of these 4 items?
Come on, man. What?
680, 720, 742, 716. Charlie has 4 pairs of shoes, 12 shirts, 5 pairs of pants, 3 watches. How many days could he go without wearing the same combination of these 4 items?
What are my choices?
680, 720, 742, 716.
I go 680. I don't know. It was a guess.
What is the mathematical average of the number of feet in a yard, seconds in a minute, and months in a year? What is the mathematical average of the number of feet in a yard, seconds in a minute, months in a year?
The mathematical average?
Yeah.
There's 60 seconds in a minute. There's how many feet in a yard? There's 3 feet in a yard.
Yeah.
So 3 feet in a yard, 60 seconds in a minute, and what was the other thing?
Months in a year.
12 months in a year. What's the mathematical average?
75 divided by 3.
What?
It'd be 75 divided by 3.
That's 25.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
All right, well.
Am I done?
Yeah, time's up.
Did I get all my questions?
No.
Oh.
No, you didn't get through all your questions.
Well,
you took too much time on the other one.
On the first one.
Yeah.
Well, just give me the rest of the questions real quick.
It ended.
Oh, that's horse.
Well, I'm sorry. We just kind of did this on the fly.
Well, I suppose I failed.
It says your score. Yeah, you don't.
What did I get?
I think you got 3 right out of the ones that you got through.
Well, I got at least secret revenge.
Says you got 3 out of 15 because you ran out of time. So you put you in the 6th percentile. You got to get a little better. You ran out of time.
Okay, let me. I didn't know what to expect. These are weird questions, man. I didn't know if I was supposed to be doing
I think
math.
the visual you should do on your own. Maybe you should do it at commercial break.
I don't know.
We can do a 3-minute commercial break. When we come back, I'll do it. I'll give you the computer next time.
That's crazy.
Yes, yeah, it is a little insane. But
I got all the math ones right.
Yeah, it's that's what they have to go through. But
See,
they
I
have
thought
to
those
answer.
ones you were asking me were all like questions. You said, "What's this? What's that?" And I was giving the answers. I thought it was going fast.
I think you should do it on your own at a commercial break. So if you don't want to improve being in the 6th percentile.
I don't care.
No. All right.
I know what my SAT score was.
How did the hassle streak go yesterday, Serge?
What was it?
Caker gave it to us.
Oh, Caker took Maryland, didn't he?
Yeah.
Cakes was one. Did he bring any snacks?
All the snacks. Oh my gosh, dude, he had so much food.
I knew
He
it.
brought all this food from the Key for us.
Yeah.
Jay turned down like all but one thing.
I'm sure he did.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably something sweet, too. You guys didn't put it in the fridge to save it for me, did you?
What was there to save?
I don't know.
Marvin and I took the rest
Oh,
of
it's
it at happy hour.
Damn Marvin.
What did he take?
He took
Guys.
Maryland and they lost.
Okay.
He took
So-
Maryland on the road.
Yeah, against
minus
Rutgers,
1.5 against Penn State.
Oh, so I'm up.
Penn State clowned Maryland.
Oh yeah. He took Maryland on the road against Penn State. All right, so I'll find something on the.
You're actually up. It's legitimate.
Yeah. Instead of just saying like, oh,
guess it's on me again.
Yeah, which is what I.
So hey, do you have any answers for any of those questions?
Yeah, what did I get right?
You got 3 out of 15.
Which 3?
Yeah,
the math ones.
Seeking Revenge was right.
Yes, that's one.
Okay.
The
What was the
last
answer?
one, the
What-
average, you ran out of time.
What was the answer to number 1? My guess would have been 256.
I have no idea.
You don't have the answers there?
I didn't administer this. Let me. I mean, we just.
This is
Well, that's
horrible.
really piss
I'm
poor.
going to ask you a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna ask you
going
a
to
bunch
grade
of questions,
you.
and I can't tell
and
you.
I'm not going to tell you what the answers were.
Yeah.
It's like watching Jeopardy on mute.
Jeez.
Sorry.
I didn't know Gary Barta was in his studio.
Jeopardy on mute without the captions. This has been an awesome show.
We did it. I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I could try to find a better website. It was on the fly. Usually, I come up with these things like the night before, and then I am like, hey, I find the right website and everything, but it was on the fly. I don't blame your score, T-Roy, or anything.
He just wanted to judge you without telling you what you got.
not judging you.
Yeah, he's been gone sick. We're gonna make fun of him. When
Sorry,
he
you
comes
didn't
back.
judge him. You scored him.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
He just graded you. I didn't judge you.
No.
I still scored higher than half the people in Congress.
You
and in
gave
the
him
Senate.
somewhat of a standardized test. What do you mean you didn't judge him?
I did not like some of those questions the way that they were written.
No,
by the way,
those are horrible.
That was some of them were.
Serge, how did you come up? You say 256. I just guessed 272.
Right, because you guessed somewhere.
You got the which number? I know you got which number doesn't belong here. And that was 7 because all the other ones were even.
When we were talking about how do you get from 1 to 16 to 81, basically you're looking at 1 times 1 is 1, 4 times 4 is 16, 9 times 9 is 81, 10 times 10 is 1,000, 25 times 25 is 625. So my guess would have been 256 would have been in the middle.
246.
Wait,
Definitely
you're saying 4
246.
times. So 1 times 1 is 4 times 4, 9 times 9.
Yeah.
So, okay, 1.
So it would have been
That's
16
4,
times 16.
That's 9. So that's all right. Oh, you got by 3. You went up
25.
by 5.
I went up by 9. Then yeah,
Hold on.
it still didn't make sense.
I do not want to hear you guys do math on the air. Whatever else. So
I don't want to hear you administer math tests on the air.
God, it was
I
brutal.
think I got it.
I felt terrible.
Hold on, Jay. Hold on. No more Yankee the Wanky. All right, so that was.
It was pressure to give that test. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
But I'd like the answers. We had a commercial break to find a website. I found the first one. I can see if there's, I'll go back.
What's 9 plus 7? That's
16.
16. What's 16 times 16?
256.
You're absolutely right.
Any more brain busters for me?
Hold on. All right. Well, I didn't know that's what you came up with. All right. So hold on.
Yeah.
So let me see if the theory holds true. Did it hold true going all the way out the way you were doing it?
I was jotting
All right,
down like
all right,
parts
all right,
of
hold
this,
on.
like not even the whole thing. So I don't know where I'm at.
So plus 9, 20. What's 25 times 25?
25 times 25 is 625.
Yeah. There you go. You're right.
Carry the 2. Yep.
And then watch this.
Jay, what do you got for us, buddy? How you doing?
This is getting
I'm working over here. I'm struggling on
We're
my.
still on question number 1 and our time's up.
What's 36 times 36?
That's too much for me, man.
Come on, you can do it.
Let's go.
We can do it, man. This is good radio.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Come on. Why is this thing not working?
Quick to the nerd cave.
It's as easy, sir. 36.
Yeah, with your calculator out.
1296, 1,200. Yeah.
So that was the number Jay misspoke on. He said 296, not 1296. So that would make
He
sense.
said 1296.
Oh, I thought he said 296.
He said 1,000. All right, so here's the deal.
My formulas were off.
The intermittent between it was the number was a prime number in between, or I'm sorry, the odd number in between. So the growth between each one was 3, and then 5, then 7, then 9, then 11. You follow me?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
All right, we got question number 1 figured out.
Oh,
Here we go.
boy. Wait, now I feel like I'd be illiterate now. So, anyway, want to remind you guys about the Chuck Long charity auction this weekend at Jumer's Casino in Rock Island.
That's this weekend, huh?
Yes, and the thing is, even if you're not going, I went to I wrote something up on ESPN 93.5, and I included a link, and they have tons of items that you can bid on online, including Pints Party on the Patio, Keg on the Patio, and Harrington's Pub. You can do that on.
Okay.
You can bid on there, and there's tons of like signed baseballs and all kinds of things. So go to ESPN 93.5, click on the article that's there, and then there's a link in there that you can go to look at all the items that are on there, or you can just Google Chuck Long charity auction, and then you can look into items to bid on as well. So I would, if you're a sports memorabilia guy, I would definitely look into that. Want to remind everybody, tomorrow night is country night at the Quad City Storm. $2 beers, $2 hot dogs. First 1,000 fans get a cool Storm bandana. And Saturday night is Jammy night. Your PJs.
Ooh.
No.
You can just go to Walmart if you want that.
I guess that's
What?
true.
Oh, you can't say that out loud?
No, you could say that out loud. All right, what I need to do is I need
It's
to
not
take
very
a quick
sexy
break.
at Walmart,
I need to take a quick break. I got to get the ARC, Jeff's number, so we can get him queued up to talk to him at 1 o'clock and see if you find a Wonderlic that you want to look at it. We'll Google a bit more. You don't. You're over it. All right.
Stupid.
It was not the best radio I've ever done.
It was perfect.
All right.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, T-Roy.
Do you want the latest in TV and security technology but don't know where to start?
I do.
You need to call Done Right TV and Security Solutions, your Dish Premier local retailer,
will.
to get started today, all right?
Uh-huh.
They take the guesswork out of choosing the latest in smart home technology with your budget in mind. Dish has been a leader in technology for years, and the Hopper Smart HD DVR interacts with your smart speaker to change channels, pause, and fast forward with just the sound of your voice. When you sign up today, you're going to receive a Nest doorbell system free, courtesy of Done Right. So call 866-84-RIGHT today and let Done Right provide local professional installation with personal service that is trusted by thousands of businesses and homeowners in the Quad Cities. Restrictions apply and requires an internet-connected Hopper. That's Done Right TV and Security, 866-84-RIGHT.
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
Our refund is on the way. Time to get rid of this ugly siding.
I already called Outland Construction.
You mean Outland Buildworks?
They did so many home renovations last year, they changed their name to Outland Construction.
Can they renovate the kitchen?
Outland Construction does that.
The bathroom?
Outland Construction does that too. Wait a minute, I thought we were talking about siding. How big is this tax refund? Where are you going?
I'm calling Dave at Outland Construction.
Find Outland Construction on Facebook and message Dave to schedule your spring renovation projects today.
Grammy-nominated Joe Bonamassa, hailed as one of the greatest guitar players. Blues rock titan Joe Bonamassa live in concert on Thursday, March 7th at the Adler Theater. Get tickets at the box office or online at Ticketmaster.com. Joe Bonamassa. Don't miss your chance to experience the guitar event of the year.
Our refund is on the way. Time to get rid of this ugly siding.
I already called Outland Construction.
You mean Outland Buildworks?
They did so many home renovations last year, they changed their name to Outland Construction.
Can they renovate the kitchen?
Outland Construction does that.
The bathroom?
Outland Construction does that too. Wait a minute, I thought we were talking about siding. How big is this tax refund? Where are you going?
I'm calling Dave at Outland Construction.
Find Outland Construction on Facebook and message Dave to schedule your spring renovation projects today.
Dynamic Power Racing Technology is a one-stop shop for all your street and racing needs. Better handling, routine maintenance, or more power, Dynamic Power offers a complete in-house machine shop with computerized balancing, dyno testing, and cylinder head repair. From full engine rebuilds to brand-name parts, at Dynamic Power, we work with you to give you the best build for your budget. Track tested, customer approved. Dynamic Power in Moline. Call 762-2323. That's 762-2323.
Attention Quad Cities. This is an event you are not going to want to miss. On Sunday, March 3rd, after 11 years, the rivalry returns. John Deere presents the Iowa Barnstormers versus your Quad City Steamwheelers. Experience the high-flying excitement of professional indoor football. Tickets start at only $10, and $2 of every ticket sold will benefit the Riverbend Food Bank. That's Sunday, March 3rd at 3 p.m. The Steamwheelers versus the Barnstormers. Call the Tax Slayer box office or visit SteamwheelerTickets.com to get your ticket today.
Now, back to Don't Hassle Us. We're local on ESPN 93.5.
That's DJ J.
No.
It's DJ Bumper.
What?
DJ Bumper, where
That's
have you
what
been?
that's those things are called. They're called bumpers.
You've not been listening to our show?
You haven't been listening to our show.
The Surgeon J Show.
All right, so
sleeping
real
during
quick
the day,
about Johnny Manziel. He's barred from the CFL. He was making, 120 base, and then he had a bunch of incentives, right?
Yes.
So basically,
a lot of incentives, actually.
A lot of incentives, which he could make more than the Alliance $250,000 but with incentives,
Right.
Bonuses. He's guaranteed $250,000. That's why he's sniffing down to the Alliance, and that's what got him in trouble. So the thing is
I don't even know if he feels it's in trouble. He just knows that that's the repercussion. I'm banned. This is what I want to do. This is my next step.
All right, so
I think he's trying to work his way back to the NFL.
Okay.
So the Alliance would be a step up from the CFL as far as getting back to the NFL.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of been he's kind of burned that bridge, hasn't he?
I don't think so yet.
Okay.
Literally, I think he's still got time. He can still, if he makes steps in the right direction. Behavioral problems is the thing I haven't heard about, because that's kind of what they implied at first. They said a lot of he had all of those rules on his contract, what he was obligated to do.
Okay.
So
let's
we're
table that for now, okay?
Yeah.
Because on hold we have author Jeff Perlman of Football for a Buck, the rise and fall of the USFL. Here we go. Jeff, are you there?
I am.
Hey, this is Jay Foster. Don't Hassle Us, we're local. You're on the air with T-Roy and Serge as well. So if you hear other voices, it's we're all kind of talking at you, but we're not going to talk over you. I got a hold of you because I listened to the podcast. I know about the book as well, but can you explain to everybody about the book, and then we'll get into the podcast? You've written many books, but let's start with Football for a Buck.
Yeah, it's about the old United States Football League, which was a rival league to the NFL that came along in 1983, lasted for 3 years, stole a lot of star NFL players, signed 3 straight Heisman Trophy winners, scared the hell out of the NFL, and then died at the hands of a certain 45th president.
Yes.
How was that?
That's pretty good. I want to ask you about some things. It's how you just explained it was the USFL started off as a spring league, and basically, actually, the other things that people don't realize is that before there was the World Football League in the late 80s and 90s, there was a World Football League before that too, right?
Well, there was a World Football League in the 70s.
Yes.
Actually, the one I think of, and that was a precursor to the USFL. It was a pretty good idea. They outspent their resources, and they didn't really have a national TV deal, so that's what killed it. But yeah, that league also stole a lot of NFL players. They just didn't have any of the financial wherewithal.
Gotcha. So, all right, so the USFL comes in the spring, and they kind of just have this idea that we're going to lose money for a little bit, and we're going to, as we grow, we're going to gain steam, and so lose the money for the first couple of years, but it will grow. We'll just not sign, we're not going to give any crazy contracts or anything like that. But it's a good idea. Everybody's on board, and then a couple people go astray, and then you have the Herschel Walker deal, right?
No, the Herschel Walker deal, actually, you're kind of hard to explain, but the Herschel Walker was the first star they signed. So that was in 1983. They signed Herschel Walker as a marquee guy, and basically over time they kept adding more and more players. The original plan was slow growth. All right, we have this marquee guy, that's great, in Herschel Walker, but then we're going to grow slowly, and each team will add 1 or 2 marquee players, but mostly we're going to use regional guys. So if you're the Philadelphia Stars, they're going to try to load you up with a lot of Penn State guys so the fans follow their favorite players. But the owners got anxious. Donald Trump came along, swore they should move to fall, lied about TV deals, the whole kind of thing. And in the end, it didn't work out.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about, the Herschel Walker, is, I mean, they gave him, in the podcast, in the book, they gave him $1 million cashier's check. And weren't some owners like upset that they went out spending like that to sign a big person?
Yeah, they weren't, but Herschel Walker, they weren't upset about Herschel Walker, really. Herschel Walker was the first. So basically, Herschel Walker comes out, he won the Heisman Trophy in 1982. But the NFL would not draft underclassmen at that point. Herschel Walker was an underclassman. He came from a small town, Wrightsville, Georgia. So he approaches the USFL and says, I want to go pro. And the USFL debates it back and forth and decides, like, it's not really worth turning down a guy like this, a marquee guy who could sort of change your league. So they ended up bringing him in, and that was okay. But what happened was later on, they started spending millions on Jim Kelly, Reggie White, Doug Flutie, Doug Williams, Brian Sipe. Trump started making huge offers to players who weren't even that well known. So basically, like, Walker was okay, and then they went crazy.
Yeah.
When you're saying Trump was making the offers, was he controlling every team?
No. So what happened was, what he did. So Trump owned the New Jersey Generals.
I knew that, right?
Team. Yeah, and he bought in after the first season, and the first season was a pretty solid season for the USFL. And when Trump bought the Generals, his goal was to get an NFL team. He actually thought he had tried buying the Baltimore Colts in 1981. It did not work out. His goal was to get an NFL team. He actually met with Pete Rozelle in private. Nobody knew this at the time, the NFL commissioner, while he was the owner of the Generals, and said, "You tell me what I need to do to get an NFL team. I don't care about this team. I don't care about this league. Just tell me what I need to do." And Rozelle said, "As long as I'm involved with the NFL, you will have nothing to do with this league." He just didn't trust him. So Trump decided the best way to get into the NFL was to build up this great team that the NFL would be forced to merge. Also, you have to remember, the New York Jets had just moved from Queens to New Jersey, so there was a void in New York that Trump thought the Generals would fill. It was not a ridiculous idea. And so he really created an NFL sort of team. He already had Herschel Walker. He drafted Doug Flutie, signed Brian Sipe, signed Gary Barbaro from the Chiefs, Kerry Justin from the Seahawks, all these marquee guys, and then started convincing the other owners in the USFL that the USFL needs to move to fall and take on the NFL directly, because Trump's idea was they would move to fall, and either the NFL would get scared and absorb a bunch of teams, or they would threaten to sue the NFL, and the NFL would settle and absorb a bunch of the teams, neither of which happened.
So then they kind of see it coming, and they see the USFL's going. They sue them for antitrust laws, right?
Yeah. So they sue they sue the NFL for monopolizing television, because the NFL at that point, the USFL basically planned to move to fall, and none of the networks had any interest in the USFL. Why would you want to broadcast the USFL when you already have the NFL? And the USFL made the argument that they were preventing. That the NFL was preventing the USFL from fairly competing in the fall, and they sued them. And they actually won the lawsuit, but they were given $1.
Yeah.
What the jury decided was that the USFL was its own worst enemy.
They won on all.
It's a really fascinating story. Yeah. It's a totally fascinating story. I swear to God, it really is.
They won on all 27 accounts, but like you said, the jury just said like the USFL had a good product, but they're the ones that steered themselves in this direction, and they gave them $1. And then what? It ended up being $3 though.
Yeah, because the antitrust law at the time, the Sherman antitrust laws, trebled damages.
And then so Business Wars gets a hold of you, brought to you by Wondery. They get a hold of you, and then what did you do hands-on for this? Because you wrote every single episode, right?
I wrote the script, yeah. So, I didn't really know much about Business Wars at that point, and they said, we do this thing, it's like Coke versus Pepsi and blah, blah, blah. So I wrote a 6-part episode just about the USFL versus the NFL. It was cool. It was fun.
Yeah, it's great. I've been talking about it all week long, telling everybody that listens to podcasts to definitely listen to it. I thought it was perfect, and it was about 25 minutes every episode, and did a great job. The Trump voice was it was hard to get over.
Yeah, I agree. But it's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's hard. I think it's hard when the voice is so familiar.
Yeah.
I think it's hard.
Yeah. No, but it was great. Now, what I'm going to ask you is, obviously they took some things from the USFL, like the 2-point conversion and the coaches challenge, right? The NFL eventually adopted those things. The NFL did, and there are some things that the NFL took from the XFL, and obviously the XFL is coming back. The Alliance just kicked off about 4 weeks ago. Do you see any parallels right now going on with the Alliance that you saw in the USFL? Because they're playing in the spring, they're taking regional players, keeping contracts low. The plan is to, under promise and overproduce, and also to lose money for the first couple of years.
Yeah. Well, you just named them.
Yeah.
You're right. You're dead on. Those are the parallels.
So,
yeah, those are the parallels.
So, it's kind of like by following your book, and if anything, we can start to see where if this is going to last or not, because.
Trump's not involved in the AAF, so hopefully then it's safe.
But that's not it. It can be anybody that just has the power or whatever else that wants to take over.
But, I mean, and tell me if I'm wrong, both of you. The AAF owns all the teams. There's no quote unquote owner, correct? So of an individual team. So that being said, then it shouldn't be able to happen.
Okay, but let's keep this in mind. The USFL, they went from how many teams to what? They went from 10 to 16 within first and second year?
They went from 12 to 18.
12 to 18, all right? And that's bringing in owners because they could each buy, for, I think, a franchise for $6 million or something like that. And then the thing, now we have this $250 million, the owner of the hockey team comes in, and I think he's going to get an expansion team at some point. Now, is that still going to be owned by the guys who own it?
Well, if you set it up in the, kind of how it's set up now, each player makes the same amount. It's what, the $250,000 base salary. If you explain to the owner that's coming in, listen, your players are all set on a set salary. You can't come in and try to bribe anybody to come to the league. Now, obviously with the USFL, like you stated, when you have a guy like Herschel Walker trying to come in the league, all could change if there is somebody special coming out of college athletics that is, quote-unquote, too young for the NFL, but maybe young enough to play, or maybe the AAF is one to take the chance. Obviously, Herschel Walker, and they were right, I mean, he is a once-in-a-lifetime talent. I mean, that's been proven. But is there somebody? Is the hippie kid out of Clemson, is he the dude? He's a freshman right now.
I don't think it works that way. They're not trying to. They're trying to sort of align with the NFL. Like they're trying.
And that's
to be
what I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. But factually, there's not even a debate about that. So they're on the NFL Network, and I think I think it's a smart way to go. I think it's a really smart way to go.
Let me ask you a question, because we've noticed that as well too. That it seems to me like they're really trying to be not a competitor of the NFL. Did you notice any bias, especially on the ESPN side of it? I noticed that they didn't report on it well. They didn't try to give it any real positive spin any which way. And I feel this is because they're already in bed with Vince McMahon and the XFL.
I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I haven't watched enough to say. I mean, the one thing that always bothers me in sports media nowadays is sort of the alliances, and it's like guys writing for MLB.com. How far can they go in their criticism? That sort of thing is always. But I don't know. I don't really care. The truth of the matter is, I haven't watched an Alliance. I've watched Alliance highlights. I don't really care. I'm kind of tired of football as a sport. I love the USFL because it was nostalgic, but am I going to sit around watching, minor league football on, when I can be outside with my kids? Probably not.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
So is it because of following football and writing about it, or is it concussions? What is it that just makes you just tired of football?
I mean, I'm just like, I'm 46 years old. I've seen a lot of football. I've seen a lot of sports. When you cover sports, one thing I always say is when you cover sports long enough, you stop becoming a fan. And you just do. In fact, you have to. I'm not 12 years old sitting in front of a TV rooting for the Jets. I'm I like good stories, and I like reading about the backgrounds. But I don't need to see another game. Like, it's just not my thing. It's just not. I know it sucks. It's not great for sports talk radio, but it's not really my thing anymore. I when I was a kid, I was brought up reading box scores. Right, that's how I actually digested and absorbed. And I still read box scores. I love reading about the action. But like, if you say to me, "All right, it's Sunday. It's a beautiful day outside in Southern California. You can either go take a hike, or you can watch the San Diego Fleet play the Orlando, whatever they are, Apollos." I mean, that's not really a choice for me. You know, I just don't get the thrill anymore. It's just not.
I hear you, brother. Listen,
I just don't get the rush anymore.
A Sunday in San Diego, California, right now is much different than a Sunday in Bettendorf, Iowa, though.
Yeah, of course. Again, when I was younger, I loved it. Even back when I was at Sports Illustrated in the '90s, I mean, I loved watching it. There comes a point, I think, when you get a little kind of just bored. I don't know. I love great games. I love the NBA. I think the NBA has been great. I like March Madness, but am I going to program my day around watching, Delaware play Northeastern in a basketball game? Probably not.
All right, so if you go to jeffperlman.com, you can see the books that Jeff's written. Other books include Gunslinger, about Brett Favre, Showtime, the LA Lakers, The Dynasty in the 80s, Sweetness, Walter Payton, Roger Clemens, The Rocket That Fell to Earth, Love Me, Hate Me, about Barry Bonds, The Making of an Anti-Hero, Boys Will Be Boys, about the Dallas Cowboys, and the Bad Guys won, the 86 Mets. So which one, I mean, obviously you enjoy writing, you enjoy the story. Which one did you enjoy the most making?
Probably the USFL, just because it was kind of a dream book for me. And I just always wanted to write about the USFL. I'm a fan of nostalgia. Like, my number one thing is nostalgia. I love nostalgia. So for me, digging back into something I loved as a kid was great. So that was my favorite. My least favorite was probably Roger Clemens, because he's Roger Clemens. And I'm just not a huge, wasn't as fun as I thought it would be.
Were you a Clemens fan?
I covered the game when he was playing, so I wouldn't say I was a fan. I was a journalistic contemporary, and I wrote the book. It's the only book I ever wrote sort of for the money. I can't say I did it fully for the money, but I got paid a lot. He was kind of hot at the time. The steroid controversies going around, and it didn't sell that well. It was a little rushed. It's probably my worst book.
I mean, because you grew up out east. I didn't know if you said you're from New York. Were you a Yankees or Mets fan?
I was a Mets fan growing up.
Okay.
Mets fan growing up. So I wrote a book about the '86 Mets. I mean, that was a joy for me. But,
yeah. Well, you were probably 10 around that time.
I was 86. I was 14.
All right, nice. So I'm a couple years older than you, so I was just guesstimating there. But all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clemens. I never got to meet him or anything like that. I sat like 2 feet from him once at a Cubs game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a monster, and this was in like 2002.
Yeah. Well, he was juiced.
Oh, yeah, we all know that now.
I'll break the suspense.
All right, so you cover sports all this time. Then I'm going to ask you, and you said he's juiced. Should the guys in the steroid era, should they be in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, I don't think so personally.
Okay.
I mean, I understand the arguments against it. I would say my argument. I understand the arguments for it. I would say my arguments against. I think about my kids, right? And I have 2 kids, one in middle school, one in high school. And if my kid came home and got caught cheating on a test, and she said, "Well, everybody else cheated too," or a lot of other kids cheated too, I'm not going to say, "Oh, that's okay. All right, then, that's good. That's good. Okay, I totally understand." And that's what people are doing. They allow. Well, a lot of people are using, so it's okay. I always say one of my good friends when I was covering baseball, one of the guys I really liked, there's a journeyman catcher named Sal Fasano who played for probably 10 different teams in his career, always fought for a spot. I knew Sal really well. He was a clean ball player. And toward the end of his career, he was holding on because his son was sick, and he wanted to be on the Major League health plan. And he was busted around the minors. The guy's probably 37 years old riding a bus in the minor leagues just to get back to the majors so his kid could have the best health insurance. Meanwhile, I could name easily on 2 hands the number of catchers in the major leagues who were juicing. So when people are like, everybody was juicing, well, not everyone was juicing. There were guys who actually believed in hard work and doing it the right way. So I find the excuse, hey, it's how it was. I just don't find it digestible. I never have.
That's a great point.
I love it because I'm with you. Guys like him, Bonds, Sosa, McGuire, all that, they can go pee up a rope for all I care. I don't want him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's changed. The problem that's changed is that Piazza got in, Bagwell got in. And those are guys most people know we're using. So I feel like if you were covering the game back then, it was no secret. And I feel like that really opened the floodgates. And I do think in the next few years, you're going to see the Bonds and the Clemens getting in. And it is what it is.
Do you think they just got in, though, because they just weren't jerks?
No. I think they got in because enough people maybe didn't think totally 100%, possibly maybe kind of they weren't using.
Right.
I mean, Clemens wasn't a jerk. You covered baseball. Clemens was fine. Bonds was terrible, but Clemens was totally agreeable and mostly gave you what you want. He came off as a jerk when he was being pressed about performance enhancers, but as a guy to cover, he was totally fine.
Yeah. Now, did you ever have any interaction with Bonds one-on-one?
I did. When I was at Sports Illustrated, he hadn't talked to the magazine for about 7 years, and we had a mutual friend. And Bonds sat down with me, and he was fine. I mean, he's not a likable guy. He never was. He was very arrogant, and he was very dismissive, and he seemed to take pride in making your life harder, which is kind of weird. But he was fine. He was okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, I really appreciate the phone call. Like I said, go to jeffperlman.com, and you can find his books there. Go to Business Wars and on either your iPhone on Apple Podcasts or Google Story, whatever you listen to podcasts on. It's a great podcast. You did a great job, and thank you so much, Jeff, for talking with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you have a great day. Take care, Jeff.
All right, bye-bye.
That's
right,
Jeff
that was
Perlman.
great, yeah.
You did a good
Nice
job.
guy.
If you say so.
I don't care what you say, Marvin.
So,
Marvin was over here ready to punch that guy.
All right, well, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. ESPN 93.5.
All right, you want to try the best pizza in the Quad Cities, and you need to get to Vans. Whether you're downtown or uptown, Vans Pizza Pub and Grill has the pizza pies to satisfy your hunger. And tonight they have Rockstar Bingo starting at 8 at the Vans downtown, 217 Brady Street. Each bingo is going to win you a free drink. Both locations are going to have $3 25-ounce drafts and $3 cooler shots, and also a buck off their famous wings. You can get any of Vans food to go. All you just visit vanspizza.net to check out the menu, and then call in your order to Good to Go Quad Cities at 322-2220, or place your order online at goodtogoqc.com. Grab these specials and more at 3333 North Harrison Street or downtown at 217 Brady Street, both in Davenport. Check out more daily specials on Vans Facebook or follow them on Twitter at Vans Pizza 09. That's Vans Pizza Pub and Grill. Come get served.
I give a rat's ass about Twitter.
Hey, this is Dorf with Dancing with the QC Stars. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Dynamic Power Racing Technology is a one-stop shop for all your street and racing needs. Better handling routine maintenance or more power, Dynamic Power offers a complete in-house machine shop with computerized balancing, dyno testing, and cylinder head repair. From full engine rebuilds to brand name parts, at Dynamic Power, we work with you to give you the best build for your budget. Track tested, customer approved. Dynamic Power in Moline. Call 762-2323. That's 762-2323.
Attention Quad Cities. This is an event you are not going to want to miss. On Sunday, March 3rd, after 11 years, the rivalry returns. John Deere presents the Iowa Barnstormers versus your Quad City Steamwheelers. Experience the high-flying excitement of professional indoor football. Tickets start at only $10, and $2 of every ticket sold will benefit the Riverbend Food Bank. That's Sunday, March 3rd at 3 p.m. The Steamwheelers versus the Barnstormers. Call the Tax Slayer box office or visit SteamwheelerTickets.com to get your ticket today.
ESPN 93.5 wants you to be an insider. Access great contests and giveaways and be in the know at ESPN935.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged, and ESPN Quad Cities. From local to global, ESPN 93.5 has you covered with your Quad Cities sports talk show. It's Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Talk sports with your favorite foursome, T-Roy, Jay Bird, Serge, and you. Weekdays from from noon to 2 on ESPN 93.5.
Your garage is cluttered. Instead of a place to park your car, you've got sports equipment, lawn tools, half-finished projects, and a workbench that hasn't been touched in years. Tailored Living of the Quad Cities can take your garage from clutter and chaos to functional and fun. Whether you want a killer man cave or just to get clean and organized with an epoxy floor and custom garage cabinets, we've got you covered. Hi, I'm Amy. Schedule your free in-home consultation at tailoredliving.com and you and I will design the garage of your dreams.
Tax time is savings time, but you don't need your refund money to buy at Lou Jack's. It's the used car tax time savings event at Lou Jack's Used Car Center. Keep your refund money with zero money down on used cars. Over 250 quality pre-owned vehicles and the lowest used car prices in the Quad Cities. Plus, get Lou Jack Promise exclusives like our 7-day exchange policy and up to a 12-month, 12,000-mile limited powertrain warranty on your purchase at no cost to you. So think of all the things you can do with your tax refund money. Spending it at Lou Jack's Used Car Center isn't one of them. Get the used car you want this month only for zero down. It's the Used Car Tax Time Savings event at Lou Jack's Used Car Center. Temporarily located at Lou Jack Hyundai. LouJack.com.
Number 1CU8D20, 2010 Dodge Charger SXT. Selling price $69.91. $116 per month for 66 months at 5.99% APR financing. Zero due at signing, plus tax, title, license, and $180 doc fee. Subject to prior sale. With approved credit. Ends 2/28/19. Visit LouJackUsedCars.com for more details.
ESPN 93.5 is KJOC Bettendorf Quad Cities from the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studio.
This is the story for all the fellas. We're back here on ESPN 93.5. You're listening to Don't Hassle So Local. We're in the Hassle Palace, Jaybird.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. Thanks again to Jeff Perlman for joining us live last segment. Some interesting thoughts from Jeff, you know. Kind of an on-edge Eastern guy, if you will.
Eastern guy on the West Coast?
Yeah, living on the West Coast. Kind of that California dreaming. But he ain't no... He ain't no Tom Arnold, though. Yelling Compton, moved to Riverside. That boy did.
Yeah.
Did you see Tom Arnold yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Driving around somewhere with green trees everywhere. Says he lives in Iowa. Brother, you don't live in Iowa with no green trees right now. I'm sorry.
Trying to make this a thing that he's not Iowan just because he doesn't live here.
Nah, he's not Iowan, dude. He's done.
He's a Tumwa.
I'm getting rid of him, dude. He's out.
Yeah,
you can't claim Iowa, man.
So in the spring, and nothing against Jeff, maybe he's tired of talking about the book. I don't know. It's a brand new podcast, but in the spring it was like, I will go on any podcast. He wrote that on Twitter. So then after the new podcast, I thought I'd go in. I had said, hey, do you want to tell us about the book? And he summed it up in 6 seconds. The USFL was a great league. It was doing fine. And just got ahead of itself, and it was ruined by someone who's the 45th president. What do you do after that? After 6 seconds of a summary?
You have a great conversations.
It was tough. I didn't know. I mean, Jay, I'm usually here with a bunch of follow-up questions for you, and I'm just like, all right.
So I have to tell him about about the podcast, and he just goes, yeah. You summed it up. I'm like,
I was trying my best.
Hey, you made a podcast out of it. How was that? It was great. Oh, all right. So you had a good time.
So, Jeff, what kind of toilet paper do you like to use?
And again, he was
Quilted
awesome.
Northern, Troy. It's the best. But everything nice and clean.
You know, I don't know. So.
You guys find the cottonelle kind of clumps up a little bit? I do.
Yeah. All right.
No?
Let's take another Wonderlic test.
Yeah. Remember we talked about the combine?
Usually I come back. This is fun. Yeah. You guys, Jay, I don't know, man. We're going to be fine. I think we're going to be fine.
Did you put anything fun in that cup,
What are you
Marvin?
talking about? We're going to be fine. Anyway. All right, I want to remind you to go to QCHassle.com if you want to make any... mybookie.com, promo code QCHassle. If you want to make any bets on the combine, that you can do the props there. If you use our promo code QCHassle, you can get a 50% sign-up bonus for up to $1,000, $20 in casino chips, and the March Madness entry that they have, you will get in it for free if you use a promo code QCHassle. I'm up to make a pick. I'm going to take Michigan Wolverines, NCAA basketball, 6 o'clock tip-off against Nebraska, -12. Taken -12. That's the Hassel Streak bet. There's a couple other ones I wanted to look at out there, but that's going to be
It's
it.
a bold move, Cotton.
All right.
It's a lot of points.
We'll be fine.
But I feel good about it.
Nice pick, Jay.
Thanks, I appreciate that. No, there were some things out there in the NBA that I was looking at, but I was going to take Oklahoma City Thunder at home, but even though Embiid's out, Paul George is out, the Rockets was way too much against Miami Heat, and Golden State at Orlando, they're favored. I don't know what you're going to get out of that. Pacers were favored by too much over the T-Wolves, so I didn't know which way I wanted to go. They know what they're doing out there in Vegas.
Yeah, I was having a nice discussion with that last night with a couple people, how disgustingly good the Vegas odds makers are.
Yeah.
The Lakers-Pelicans game, which battle for 11th place. You got the Brow versus the Braun. And it was, they think the over-under was 239.5. They covered that with about 30 seconds left, but ended up going maybe 5 or 6 more. And then the spread was Lakers -7. They won by 6. That's how good the Vegas odds makers are.
Man. I forgot to tell you guys this. I got a text in the middle of the show.
Uh-oh.
From someone who wants to brag about his Wonderlic score.
Oh, boy.
The Chopper.
No, it was Pat Anger.
Oh, jeez.
What do you think Pat got on the Wonderlic?
I'll bet he did pretty good. I'll bet he got like a 24.
6.
He's going to kill you guys.
What did he get?
He got a 29.
Really?
Yeah.
It's off by 3.
Yeah, but it means a lot.
He's sitting in a bank right now with his calculator out.
Who took his test for him? Randazza?
What did Pat Anger get on his Wonderlic test? Barbecue sauce.
Yeah. He's going to be so angry.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. All right, so Jason.
I'll bet Vanderbilt he scored higher than you. Angry.
We need to text Vanderbilt right now. Ask him what he got on the Wonderlic test.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, not to get too personal, but we'd like to see what you did on the Wonderlic. Jason Witten's coming back to the Cowboys.
Dun, dun, dun. Problem solved. There you go, T-Roy.
It's not a bad move.
You got your tight end back.
Texting Julian Vanderbilt for 2 seconds. Can you guys just
I'll
let me
talk
alone?
about it.
All right.
Sorry, don't mind us.
Yeah.
Talk about your Cowboys on the radio. You're texting.
Yeah.
You're
He
texting
told me to text him.
You don't have to do everything Jay says. You know
That's
that, right?
true.
Were you listening?
Hey, T-Roy, where are Yankees at today? Okay.
You didn't tell me to do that.
All right.
Nice Harrington's hat, by the way.
So who's going to take over in the booth?
Oh, really? You want to talk about that?
No, but I mean, until then, we can't talk about that. He's too busy, can't multitask.
I can listen. I just can't.
Why don't you text him a question?
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to
do
end
wonder.
up typing what I'm saying instead
was
of
a-
typing what I'm
it was a
trying
big
to
deal
type.
last year before.
They haven't said anything about who's going to take over in the booth. They've more just addressing the fact that he's coming back, his stats. I think you're right, T. Right? It is a really good move. They didn't tight end is a position the Cowboys didn't really have solidified, and they had a good team. He thinks he can contribute, and I don't think he's done
I
yet.
think it just polishes off that receiving core. And now they don't have to worry about trying to draft anybody.
It can't hurt them.
Right. It
It's
can't
not
hurt
going to
them
hurt
at all.
them. Witten missed one game out of his career.
Right. And they still have like 2 young guys that they had drafted last year and that now have a little bit more time and someone to help mold them. So we'll see. Either way, because I mean, obviously I would love that if Dallas would have got Fant or Hawkinson, but they're not going out of the first round, I don't think.
Right.
And if they do, Dallas doesn't draft until late in the second. So from there, they'll just focus on shoring up that secondary. And obviously Randy Gregory's gone. He might be gone for good. Unfortunately, I think his problem's weed. I think is what his thing is. But it's just sad, man. When you've already beaten one last chance, and then just really. Anyway, they can focus on defensive issues and getting other stuff signed. 'Cause I think offensively they're good. They probably need a little bit more depth in the O-line, but yeah, solid. And then hey, you guys got rid of Cody Parkey too.
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that was, I was gone. I never got to talk about that.
Yeah, we actually didn't even really bring it up because goodbye.
Well, we knew it was going to happen.
Good riddance.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was going to happen this fast. I'm very, very pleased that it happened this fast.
Yeah, this obviously at the AF has proven anything. There's plenty of guys that can kick out there. So if you're an NFL team and you can't find a kicker, there's something wrong with you.
Whoa.
Nothing back from Julian. Man, Pat scored at 29.
Yeah.
You should go write a book, Pat.
And then I'll end up hating sports.
No.
What kind of book is he going to write?
Pat?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, probably something dirty. Be like a dirty book about life of a banker.
Now that the combines are starting to, right? Jeez.
Yeah.
You tired, Jay?
When are you going to start?
A 4-year-old who needs a nap right now.
No. When are you going to start working on your draft, mock draft?
Oh, probably here soon. I always wait till March.
It's tomorrow.
Well, there you go. I got a day.
Busy Thursday night, huh?
Yeah. Don't expect anything tomorrow.
I'm not going to tomorrow. Yeah. No, we're going to have Coach Ross in from the Steamwheelers, and you know what else we need to do today? We need to give away 2 tickets to the Storm on Saturday night for Country Night, and we'll give away a T-shirt as well with that. What do you think?
I love it.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that the next commercial break. But the draft, and then the other thing about the draft, we still haven't heard anything back from Rock Island Parks and Douglas Park about what they're doing for the draft, and they are.
Yeah, you know what? Who was it? We were talking to someone.
Rosso.
All right, but there was somebody else we were talking to. Like, there's not even any permits are pulled.
No.
To do any sort of thing.
Mm-mm.
Now, I don't know if it's an easy thing or maybe it's something they pull up to. Yeah, if that's where they're going to have it, they have to pull some sort of permit. The NFL is going to come in with their own gear, I imagine.
Yeah. It's what? So it's April 27th is the draft.
Yeah.
And so we're looking at what, 8 weeks out?
Yeah.
And we need to, we have to start planning something. Everybody does around here. All the media does. And they're not giving us.
How we're going to do it?
I have no idea either.
So you're exactly right. No one knows anything. I mean, nobody. We've asked everybody at all the major stations that we've had on, and they got nothing for us. I don't know. It's weird. I wonder. I mean, alluding to that story I was telling you about watching South Park the other night. Are they trolling us?
Yeah.
Is this a major troll? I mean, it's.
Well, I think that what I was told is that the NFL just kind of dropped it on them. Hey, this is what we want to do, and then from there they just really haven't given them any information. So that's kind of been the problem.
Well, I don't know. Weird. I think it's going to be a situation where they'll have a camera on site and someone will just announce it's going to be probably smaller scale than what we think. How about that?
Okay.
That's the only thing you can derive from this lack of information this far into it. If it was going to be a bigger thing, like there was going to be more than one pick announced here, you'd think that they would have it. It's literally, to me, this is one of the things going to happen now, guys. They're going to have a dude with a camera, and they're going to have a dude representing such and such team, saying this is...
Well, it'd be Ken Anderson or whatever else.
Or whoever it is, all right. So this is so-and-so from the park. This is where the first game in the NFL was ever played.
And Anderson
here
played
in Rock Island, Illinois.
And he played for Augustana.
And I played for... He's
and then I played for the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Cincinnati Bengals
take with this pick.
With the 88th overall pick in the 2019 draft.
Yeah, and hopefully the weather's good. Otherwise, he's going to be out there freezing his...
Yeah, hopefully the weather's good. I made a mistake. I made a mistake of looking at the weather for the first time in about a week.
Why?
I don't. Oh, because my daughter was talking about how bad it was going to be, and I was like, "Nuh-uh."
Good comeback.
Yeah, I'm raising a mature one, and she was right. So I'm not too happy about any of this.
Opening window, it's cold.
Yeah,
damn cold.
It's pretty bad when it's like you look at 32 and you're like, hey, maybe some of that ice that's at the bottom of my driveway, I can start defrosting that at 32 degrees, which I know better. I know that much. We're going to take a quick break. You know what? And here's the deal. Go ahead and call in. Whatever phone whatever Noah picks up, you can win a T-shirt and 2 tickets to the Quad City Storm this weekend. 391-3776. 563-391-3776. Tickets to the Storm game on Saturday night. T-shirt, QC Hassel T-shirt, kind of like the one I'm wearing on camera on Facebook if you're watching. There it is. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
All right, Pints is Davenport's premier spot for craft draft beer and superb cocktails. Located on the border of Davenport and Bettendorf, it's the perfect location for people out on the town. Grab some drinks before the movies or after dinner on a date night, or just stop by any day of the week, enjoy their happy hour, or any of their 7 daily specials. And don't forget Sunday. Pints is proud to bring you the best Sunday fun day there is, there was, and ever will be, featuring $3 you-call-its, and at 8 o'clock, Gong Show Karaoke, hosted by our very own Scott Stowe. It's awesome to have you come in. You can win $50 in house cash. So check it out. That's Pints, 5268 Utica Ridge Road in Davenport.
I'd give a rat's ass about Twitter.
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
Dynamic Power Racing Technology is a one-stop shop for all your street and racing needs. Better handling routine maintenance or more power, Dynamic Power offers a complete in-house machine shop with computerized balancing, dyno testing, and cylinder head repair. From full engine rebuilds to brand-name parts, at Dynamic Power, we work with you to give you the best build for your budget. Track-tested, customer-approved. Dynamic Power in Moline. Call 762-2323. That's 762-2323.
Attention Quad Cities. This is an event you are not going to want to miss. On Sunday, March 3rd, after 11 years, the rivalry returns. John Deere presents the Iowa Barnstormers versus your Quad City Steamwheelers. Experience the high-flying excitement of professional indoor football. Tickets start at only $10, and $2 of every ticket sold will benefit the Riverbend Food Bank. That's Sunday, March 3rd at 3 p.m. The Steamwheelers versus the Barnstormers. Call the Tax Slayer box office or visit SteamwheelerTickets.com to get your ticket today.
Our refund is on the way. Time to get rid of this ugly siding.
I already called Outland Construction.
You mean Outland Buildworks?
They did so many home renovations last year, they changed their name to Outland Construction.
Can they renovate the kitchen?
Outland Construction does that.
The bathroom?
Outland Construction does that too. Wait a minute, I thought we were talking about siding. How big is this tax refund? Where are you going?
I'm calling Dave at Outland Construction.
Find Outland Construction on Facebook and message Dave to schedule your spring renovation projects today.
ESPN 93.5 wants you to be an insider. Access great contests and giveaways and be in the know at ESPN935.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged, and ESPN Quad Cities. From local to global, ESPN 93.5 has you covered with your Quad Cities sports talk show. It's Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Talk sports with your favorite foursome, T-Roy, Jay Bird, Serge, and you. Weekdays from noon to 2 on ESPN 93.5.
At Hardee's, we know no one wants a tough commute. Remember that guy Odysseus, Shackleton, anyone who went near the Bermuda Triangle? No, you want your day to start as painless as possible. And Hardee's new Rise and Shine coffee helps you on that quest. Our new bold yet smooth coffee is free with any purchase. And because it's free, it's already more impressive than whatever Marco Polo commuted all that way for.
Hardee's because it tastes better.
Offer valid for a limited time at participating restaurants with purchase of any menu item at regular price. Tax not included. Limit 1 per customer per visit. Not valid with any other offer or discount.
Tax time is savings time, but you don't need your refund money to buy at Lou Jack's. It's the used car tax time savings event at Lou Jack's Used Car Center. Keep your refund money with zero money down on used cars. Over 250 quality pre-owned vehicles and the lowest used car prices in the Quad Cities. Plus, get Lou Jack Promise exclusives like our 7-day exchange policy and up to a 12-month, 12,000-mile limited powertrain warranty on your purchase at no cost to you. So think of all the things you can do with your tax refund money. Spending it at Lou Jack's Used Car Center isn't one of them. Get the used car you want this month only for zero down. It's the used car tax time savings event at Lou Jack's Used Car Center. Temporarily located at Lou Jack Hyundai. LouJack.com.
Number 1CU8D20, 2010 Dodge Charger SXT. Selling price $69.91. $116 per month for 66 months at 5.99% APR financing. Zero due at signing, plus tax, title, license, and $180 doc fee. Subject to prior sale. With approved credit. Ends 2/28/19. Visit LouJackUsedCars.com for more details.
ESPN 93.5 is KJOC Bettendorf Quad Cities from the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studio.
ghetto bumpers. These are like bad remakes.
It's just.
You mean they're bad remakes?
Will you welcome people back?
All right, welcome back to Don't Hassle Us We're Local here on ESPN 92.5.
DJ Bumper's got a hater.
Yeah.
These aren't like the real songs. They're
Because
just
we get banned on Facebook for things for playing for more than 15 seconds or whatever else.
Oh, really?
Can't get banned for a mashup, baby.
Yeah. Jeez.
All right.
It's so angry.
Well, I just all of a sudden we have a bunch of them.
That way,
just welcome back to ESPN 93.5.
We're here in the Hassle Palace. Thank you. We have ghetto bumpers.
That way, Fresh Prince doesn't sue us.
Can't get blood out of a turnip.
Is Rosso on hold? I got someone on hold.
I don't know. What did he say?
Is there on hold? All right. Welcome to
Thank you for
ESPN
calling
93.5. Thanks for calling. Who do we got here? Who's our winner?
It's Joe. How's it going?
Hey, Joe. How are you?
Congratulations,
I'm doing
Joe.
pretty good.
All
I'm
right.
excited to watch the hockey, that's for sure.
Oh, good. Yeah, so it's also country night. So if you get in the first 1,000 fans, you can get a free bandana.
Maybe they'll play real country, not mashup country.
Sweet. Do they give free hats for like the first 5 people or what?
I don't know. Just first 1,000 for you get a bandana. But what size T-shirt you want us to give you?
Let's go XL.
All right.
All right. Sweet, man.
All right, Joe. Thanks for calling in. We got all your information. We'll have it here for you at 1229
Hey.
Brady Street. Yeah.
Thanks for letting me win these tickets. More hockey. More talk about hockey.
All right.
I love it.
We will.
We do on Tuesdays.
All hockey all the time, guys. All hockey. It's hockey season. That's all we want here.
All right, man.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right.
Well, we have a hockey enthusiast at least.
There's a bunch of them out there, but
I love it.
It's tough when.
All right, here's Julian, by the way. Ha ha.
Oh, great. Sorry, everybody stop what they're doing. Tara got a text.
That's right. Dang it. I'm back, Serge. Remember.
All right. Ross is going to be calling in right
All
now.
right. I hope Anger is still listening. Tell me Anger is still listening.
He hasn't written back. I'm sure he's
Anyways,
closing it alone.
Pat, cute 29, by the way. Julian goes 36. He goes, I know I was well above the average. And he goes, I had the second highest grade out of the lineman in his class.
Wow.
Offensive or defensive?
Well, it would have been offensive lineman.
Well, could have been all linemen.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he meant offensive lineman.
Tell him if he gets any smarter, he can go over to defense.
All right, you guys ready for this? Straight from Indianapolis.
I'm just firing him out there at all of our former NFL stars.
I'll say Serge wants to know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Just hold on. All right.
What are you doing?
Hey, Rosso.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, sorry for the mix-up there.
No problem.
We had a winner of a T-shirt and tickets, and they wanted us to talk to us about more hockey. His name's Joe. He was awesome.
I didn't know if you guys were just flooded with calls and if something controversial came down. So.
No, nothing controversial came down.
No.
How's Indianapolis?
I didn't get us kicked off the air yet.
Yeah, how'd Indianapolis treating you?
Good so far. Kind of getting back in the swing of things. Obviously, first day that the prospects could meet the media just right here an hour ago or so. The GMs and coaches were the ones yesterday and then this morning meeting with the media. So I took in some of that. Obviously didn't film much of that. Just kind of listened to Coach Zimmer, Anthony Lynn from the Chargers, a few other guys, a couple GMs, just to kind of get the lay of the land. And then just got done here a little bit ago going with David Montgomery, Cyclone running back, who was at the podium. And then tomorrow starts kind of the gauntlet of the Iowa guys with both Hawkinson and Fant will be meeting the media tomorrow afternoon. But today was all about Montgomery.
And what would Montgomery have to say?
You know, I don't know how much background everybody in the Quad Cities has because I actually didn't have a ton of background until I was doing prep work. But his story is a pretty interesting one. Kid out of Cincinnati, recruited by a few Big Ten schools, but caught Campbell's eye over when he was at Toledo. And then he obviously went to Ames and brought him with. And, you know, Montgomery's inner city kid, didn't grow up with a whole lot. His brother, actually, it's either his brother or his half-brother is in prison right now. So there's that angle, and then his biological father was not in the picture, but his mom and his stepdad and grandparents helped raise him. So just kind of a cool angle on that. And he, you know, was talking about how many naysayers there were, even when he went to Iowa State, saying he couldn't do it, he's too small, you know, he's not going to persevere, he's going to give it up, yada, yada, yada. But obviously he's here, and, you know, right now he's probably the fourth running back, fifth running back in the stable of running backs here at the draft. So that's, most likely a day 2 pick in the second or third round.
Wow. Yeah. So this is when we were texting last night. The first time we had Rosso on the podcast was right before he went to the combine. So it's like our year anniversary.
I guess, right? What is the gift for a year? What do you get for a 1-year anniversary? I'm not married, so what are you married men? What do you
Kiss
get?
from T-Roy.
Well, year 1 is paper, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah. But don't worry about that. We'll get you a sweatshirt or a T-shirt, whatever you want from Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
All right. I was like, a paper is pretty anticlimactic.
We were looking at some of the prop bets that they have for the combine, and we found some of them interesting. And then we got into a interesting conversation about the Wonderlic, which we tried to take online on the air, which it was terrible radio. But what's the deal with the Wonderlic? Why the Wonderlic test?
Well, from what I understand, it was a way to standardize kind of problem solving / quick decision making / critical thinking. And the guy that developed it, I mean, it's been around for decades, I believe, but now I don't feel like we hear about that as much lately, right? I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think that's kind of gone out the window, at least at every other position besides quarterback. And maybe it's always only been a big quarterback-focused one because of how fast you have to process information and obviously remember the plays, remember the film, yada, yada. But I don't know. That one's an interesting one to me because the naysayer in me says it's outdated. I don't know how you guys feel. Like, I feel like that could be updated, like something to test whether it's comprehension, problem solving, or quick processing of information. I feel like there's probably better indicators of that in the 21st century than there used to be.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of math in there, like overwhelmingly a lot.
Yeah,
of math.
the quick math wasn't so hard, but when it had like the weird ratio, when I had to figure out what was the common element, how were they deriving those numbers, that was a little harder.
Sure.
But yeah, it was. It's hard to have someone try to give you the test when you're trying to not read it yourself. But I don't know. Serge did pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I think the testing, bench press started today, but all the on-field testing starts tomorrow. So we'll get a little more of an idea of that. But obviously, take all that with a grain of salt because if anybody or any school has been the prime reason why it's been Iowa the past decade or so with the guys, they don't meet the measurements, whether it's height, weight, speed, agility, whatever, and then you got guys flourishing like Desmond King's prototypical example of that, flourishing, the All-Pro from the Chargers, who slipped to the 5th round, and just because he wasn't quite fast enough and he wasn't quite tall enough, well, he's a ball player, and I do think we're if you want to talk about how this has evolved, I think look at Kyler Murray. Like 5 years ago, is he even in the discussion for top 5 pick? Because he's 5'10" and he's 200 pounds and he's not very big. I feel like we've, whether it's Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, and now Baker Mayfield, and now obviously Murray, I feel like we've evolved from a quarterback having to be 6'5" and 220 pounds coming out of college to where maybe these NFL GMs and prospect evaluators are thinking a little more outside the box, which is obviously a good thing because I think there's so many examples of guys getting drafted way too high because of how tall they are, how fast they can throw a football, but they can't read a defense or they can't, rally the troops behind them in the fourth quarter to really inspire guys to play well.
Or they don't have any creativity with their legs because in today's NFL, I mean, they're coming with so many different rushing combinations that, I mean, it can come at you from every other way. So you got to be able to be mobile,
Yeah, and it's just the game's changing. It's a lot more about being in space and speed and the days of 3-yard and cloud of dust are not over, but it's very limited in limited situations and limited game plans where you just need a guy that can basically hand off or play action and read a linebacker or read a safety and throw the ball to his one option. So I do believe Murray also meets the media tomorrow. He measured in today, so that's going to be kind of the circus, I think, because obviously the buzz is building, and I don't know. I wouldn't have thought it, a month and a half ago. I think we talked about it on a buy or sell, but now I would be shocked if he's not picked in the top 10. I really would.
Are you there all weekend?
Yeah, through Sunday. So today, like I said, Montgomery only, and then tomorrow's Fant and Hawkinson, and also Hakeem Butler. But I'll be focused, obviously, on the Iowa tight ends, and then Saturday is Anthony Nelson. Sunday is Amani. So good group of guys from Iowa, all underclassmen. So that's another angle I'm pursuing a little bit of, is just all these guys declaring, and I think it was, if not a record, then close to the record number of underclassmen that were draft eligible that ended up declaring. And I don't know if we'll see how that pans out. Some of these guys might not get drafted, and maybe it would have been better served to go back for their senior year. But there might be other guys that bump up into the top 3 rounds that they don't need to go back for another year. So it's an interesting thing, and I think we're seeing that in all these age restrictions and stuff like that. Football is probably the only game where it really still makes a lot of sense. That you got to be 21 to play in the NFL. But we talked about Trevor Lawrence. Like, if Trevor Lawrence was here right now, he would be in the discussion for a top 10 pick. I mean, I don't think anybody would argue that. So it's those type of storylines. I've told you guys this before. I think for an NFL event, this is by far my most enjoyable one to cover. You get a lot of access. You get to talk to a lot of people, and you just kind of get the feel and the lay of the land for not only what some of this year's guys are looking like, but maybe where some of the trends are going, as far as what GMs and what scouts are really looking at. And I think Hooker's probably a really good case where 10 years ago, I don't think Hooker comes out early because his position, maybe it wasn't as valued as much, but now he's a guy that can play in the slot. He can play outside on a weak side linebacker position. He can go back to safety and play. He can play sub packages. He can play base defense. And, that's kind of a long way of saying he's versatile. And I think versatility, if people are going to spend a first, second, third round pick on a guy, they want somebody that's not just going to be on there for 2 downs to stop the run or for third down pass rush situations. They want guys that can play multiple spots and that can confuse the offense if you're on defense, and that can confuse the defense if you're on offense. And that's where, obviously, Fant and Hawkinson come into play with the ability to put their hand on the ground and block, and then also split out and create mismatches against linebackers and safeties.
Everything I've seen coming out of NFL Network, at least, they have Hawkinson as the top choice. What are you hearing? Yeah, that's the steam. I came here a little early talking to a few of the team reporters that I know and just some other people involved, and boy, oh boy, it's everybody. You couldn't walk on Radio Row without them talking about Hawkinson and Fant, but especially Hawkinson. He's seemingly, when people have reviewed his tape and some of his attributes, he's risen up where I think I'd be surprised if he's not a top 20 pick. I mean, at this point, I think almost unanimously he's the number 1 tight end on the board. And before the season, was he even on anybody's radar? I mean, it was all Fant. It was all Fant, baby. All Fant. I remember. Yeah. But I do think that the subplot this week is going to be, I think Fant's going to hit a home run on some of these physical drills. I mean, he is more athletic than TJ. I don't know by how much, and there's maybe a gradient where if he runs a 4.55 and TJ runs a 4.62, is it really that big of a difference? Maybe not. But I just think Fant got all this pub because of his athleticism, and I think you're going to see that this week on display, which might push him back into the first round. I know a lot of recent mock drafts that I've looked at, the mock drafts that are anywhere and everywhere on the internet, but I think more of the reputable ones, he's right on that borderline between first and second round, kind of like what we saw with Daniels and Jackson last year. So a good performance and a team that really values what he can do. Maybe they move back in the first round and get him there in the late stages, or maybe he falls to the second. So he's probably got more to gain, maybe just to refresh people's memory on why he was considered the top tight end prospect coming into the season in August. And so if he can do that, I think then him and Hawkinson have a great chance to both be in the first round. Are you hearing any teams that have high interest in Hawkinson? I haven't been able to chat with too many people yet, but from what I saw online, I think it was Daniel Jeremiah from NFL Network. I think he had
the Lions at what are they, 8th or 9th? Really, really being impressed with him. You look at a team like Seattle would be an interesting spot for him, who's had good tight ends in the past. I know the only guy I can think of on their roster right now is the tight end from Ohio State a few years back, whose name escapes me, but not a high-profile guy. You look at the Steelers, who love using tight ends. They're that, mid to late round area. So, it's – and then somebody who actually was right behind the Broncos radio here a little bit ago, and they were talking about how Hawkinson could fit and how John Elway could really like a guy like that, like I told you, can put his hand in the ground for 2 downs and then can split out, or they can put him in motion. They can do whatever to get him in space on 3rd down. So it's kind of too early, and we'll see what more people say here in the next couple of days about when he's building steam or what teams he meets with. But I've seen him as high as 8th to the Lions, and that to me, I think is too high for a tight end. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I feel like that's really high.
I agree with you there a little bit.
Player.
Yeah. No.
Well, we know the Cowboys don't need a tight end now.
That's right.
Can you believe that, by the way?
No.
I thought it was a joke.
So did I. Yeah, they were.
I mean,
everything's coming up T-Roy today, Rosso.
Maybe Jerry just talked to ESPN and did him a favor. Said, well, rather than firing him from the Monday Night Football broadcast, you guys we'll just have him come back play for a year.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. All right, Ross. So we're gonna let you go. Thanks for calling in. Have a good time out there. I'll text you off the air. I'm gonna see if you have anything free tomorrow, just to give us some more words that you're hearing about some people. Just the grumblings and the rumors going around as you're walking down Radio Row and whatnot. But have a good time out there, buddy.
Okay, sounds good. And like I said, I encourage everybody. We'll have stories every day on Channel 4 at 10. So encourage everybody to keep up with this stuff, and we'll try to hit all the hot button topics here while I'm here.
Absolutely. Perfect. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
All right. We'll talk to you guys.
Yep. Bye. Yeah, he's right. I need to slow down and let him plug that he's, it's going to be on Channel 4 at 10 o'clock, all the stuff that he's covering at the NFL Combine. So go ahead and do that. Set your DVRs, all that fun stuff. So, hey, look at you over there. You made it a whole day.
I know. Jeez. Didn't say anything bad or anything.
Just sitting around, just tooting.
It was the chair, man. I'm telling you, it was the chair.
We're on the phone with Ross, so he's covering the NFL Combine.
Your chair stinks.
You can come smell it if you want. I swear it doesn't.
Yeah. Breb's on the Vans Pizza Pub and Grill Facebook comment line.
I believe he's incorrect.
Oh, uh-oh.
What's he saying?
He said that Andy Brebner on the Vans Pizza Pub and Grill Facebook comment thread said free agent outfielder Bryce Harper is finalizing an agreement on a deal with the Philadelphia Phillies, according to league sources telling ESPN that. My information says that the latest rumors are believed that the Philadelphia Phillies are no longer the favorites to sign free agent Bryce Harper, and it's looking more like a no.
Oh, rat farts.
It's not the Cubs either. It's not the White Sox. It's looking like Dodgers.
I
don't
know why
even need them. So
they're the Dodgers.
Dodgers, Giants have forged ahead of Phillies in recent days, but the Phillies have been all about it for so long. We'll see.
All right.
So I'm ready for it to be over.
Yeah. You got a quick anything for Harrington's going on?
Yeah, we're gonna have an awesome St. Patrick's Day celebration starting on the 16th. Live music from our boy. I think I had
boy
this
G.
Right. Our boy Carl Beatty, and then afterwards Molly Durnan, and we'll end the night with some karaoke on the 16th, and we'll follow everything up again with a party on Sunday, the 17th. We'll have complimentary corned beef and cabbage and carrots and taters and all that both days. So drink specials galore. I'll have all the details for everybody soon when I get a really good ad written up. But, yeah, we'll have 2 days of fun for St. Patrick's Day at Harrington's Pub, 2321 Cumberland Square in Bettendorf.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening today. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. At QC Hassel across the board. You guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Hopefully it's a little bit.
Okay, Josh Miller on the Vans Pizza Pub and Grill Facebook comment thread said it is the Phillies. Brebner says don't doubt me. Said 3 other people have reported it now that it is in fact the Phillies. So,
all right.
I have no problem being wrong.
West Philadelphia, born and raised. All right, you guys have a hassle-free Thursday. We will see you tomorrow.
Garage Cabinets, we've got you covered. Hi, I'm Amy. Schedule your free in-home consultation at tailoredliving.com and you and I will design the garage of your dreams.
The road to the NCAA Division III Final Four begins at the Carver Center. The Augustana men's basketball team hosts NCAA first and second round action this Friday and Saturday. Friday at 5, it's Capital against UW Platteville. The Vikings then host Aurora